Hi there. Today we'll be walking you through your pricing dashboard. So firstly, once you've logged into your Beyond account, you'll notice all of your available listings will populate here. If you are missing a listing, you can always filter and make sure that nothing is being filtered from the dashboard. So for example, if I click a 3-bedroom, you'll notice that it will only show me 11 of the 89 listings available. So I want to make sure that my filters are accurately positioned so that I can see all of my listings in the dashboard. If you want to view the health score, which is your occupancy versus the market in the short term and long term, you can always hover over this icon. This will give you more of a deep dive on how your listing is doing versus the market as it comes to occupancy. You can also view how many bookings you have in the next week as well as the next 2 weeks. And you can see where you're hitting your minimum. So if you are hitting it more than half of the time, then obviously lowering your prices is probably a good thing to do. You can also see how many times your listing is blocked up over the next 90 days, whether it's an owner block or a reservation from another channel. You can view your base price as well as your min price and edit those prices here in this view as well. Another neat and handy thing about the pricing dashboard is you can also sort by each indicator to further deep dive and see where you need to make changes to your listings. You can also view the dashboard in bulk. If you would like to make changes in bulk, you can see all of your listings here and apply those changes all at once. Another neat thing to highlight with the front of the pricing dashboard is you can see the listings title, the listings address, as well as the size of the listing, so number of bedroom, bathroom, and the channel the listing is on, and the base price. This just helps you to narrow down and make sure that you're making changes to the appropriate listing. Let's hop to the listing section of the dashboard. So firstly, you'll notice that you have a couple things on your menu tab. If you'd like to learn more about the chart tab, stats tab, as well as the market data tab, feel free to check out our support center articles on these reports to see how you could use these different metrics to optimize your listing. In our calendar view, you can see that we have different colors as well as different symbols. What do these mean? So if you're on a date that is grayed out, it just means that we've already passed the date, or the date was blocked by the owner, or it was a booking that was made in another channel. What do I mean by a booking that was made in another channel? Let's say that this was an Airbnb listing. If the booking was made on Vrbo, then the date would be grayed out on the Airbnb listings calendar. If a date is green, it just means that a reservation has been booked for these dates, so the date is no longer available because of an existing reservation. Dates that are in blue are available dates, and if the dates are darker, it just means that there is higher demand, and if the dates have lower demand, then it will be a lighter shade blue. Orange dates are manual overrides, so you'll notice it also comes with different symbols. The lock just means that it's a static manual override. So let's say I set my price for the 16th at $255. That just means that it will not fluctuate dynamically based on demand or events or local factors. So on the 23rd, you'll notice here that it does have the fluctuating symbol, which means that this is being priced manually, but it's adjusted for an additional 6%, where it can be priced up to 6% more than what I had originally set the manual override to. The half moon represents the minimum stay for each night. So in this case, this is a 4-night minimum stay. And if you see a star, it just means there's a major event that is occurring on the state. So in this case, the event is Christmas. So this just gives you like an overall visual into your nightly pricing and what is affecting each night. Let's click and drag on a few dates. You'll notice here on the right-hand side, you can make changes to these nightly rates. So if I want to apply a 20% increase manually and lock it in as a final, it shows the lock symbol. If I want to apply it as a dynamic fluctuation, I can also do that. I can also set the price to a specific price, and this will always be static. There are various colors and symbols in your listings calendar. If you ever have questions about what those colors and symbols mean, feel free to toggle the calendar legend to see a detailed breakdown of what these mean. If you have more questions on your listings calendar, check out our support center article on your listings calendar to deep dive what these mean and how you can use it to best optimize your listing. Let's head on over to the Customize tab. In your Customize tab, you can make additional customizations for your listings, such as your minimum and maximum prices. This can be made for the day of the week as well as seasonally. You can also set your minimum stays, as well as check-in, checkout dates. So if you do have seasonal check-in, checkouts during holidays, you can also set those here. If you have a couple of days, if you have 3 days coming up and you would like to encourage a booking, you can always set a decrease for 5% in the next 5 days to encourage a booking. You can also set higher prices for days that are farther out to discourage any discounted pricing. Also, we have gap price adjustments, which allows you to help optimize your gap length. So let's say you had a 3-night stay, but then ended up with a 2-night gap. To encourage more bookings, you'd want to decrease that pricing, or increase that pricing if you'd like to gain more revenue to make up for shorter stay days. You could also allow a dynamic gap price adjustment, which allows the discount to fluctuate based on certain market dynamics, as well as what's going on with other similarly sized listings in your market. Something else that you could do with the gap price adjustments is ignore the certain gap price increase or decrease by certain days. So if you would like to either have like a higher gap price adjustment on the weekends, or to apply an increase rather than a decrease on Friday and Saturday, you could choose to ignore that decrease in the gap length. We also have extra guest fee. You could apply a certain dollar amount per person per night after however many guests. So let's say your listing can take 6 guests, but after the second guest, you would like to apply an extra guest fee. You could do that here. Extra guest fees are only available on certain PMSs, so it's likely that you may or may not see this in your customized tab, dependent on the PMS system. To check out which PMS systems we support with extra guest fees, please feel free to check out our Support Center article on extra guest fees. And then we also have other customizations. So if you have listings that have special requirements, and what that means is you've set like a group of listings that should have certain settings that other listings in your portfolio shouldn't, you could enable this setting here, which allows you to filter these specific listings out from doing a overall bulk change to all of your listings. So this just protects like that particular group from being set in the same settings as the rest of your portfolio. And that's it for the Customize tab. If you have any questions on ways in which you could use the Customize tab to optimize your listings and make more revenue, feel free to check out our Support Center article on the Customize tab, or feel free to reach out to our support team, who is happy to help.